YouTube family, I am bringing y'all Married at First Sight, the reunion. hmm I just had to go ahead and give it to y'all. Okay. But I want y'all to do one thing that I always want y'all to do. I always want y'all to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. And let's get to it. So Jalen and Josh, of course, they were the couple that went to the Burning Man experience. And she said that she enjoyed it. And they're no longer together. Sad to say. Okay. No longer together. And they broke up 3 months ago. And don't be too mad at him. And then he said that he is not connected to her anymore. And he broke up with her on vacation. And she begged him back. Then at a concert, he says that she did not say a word to him after the concert and at the car, in the car and all that. And he says that she is a level 2 on an adventure side. And he said that he tried to make it work and mm, mm, mm. he said that he tried to make it work. That's what he said. And he's he said he lost himself while being with her. And then he said that she is not remotely as adventurous as him. And I'm like, now look, don't start that bullshit because you saying that she wasn't adventurous. You knew that it was an issue and all this stuff going into that damn experience. Now, don't start this shit. And then he said that she is, well, let me just go back. Brittany and Megan are very, very close. Just wanted to let y'all know that. And they both say that she did not, she didn't do much of nothing to him. And that he lied to her about, now he lied to Jalen about having a housekeeper and then say, well, the assistant, excuse me, assistant. He says that the assistant was 40 years old and not attracted. And he purposely did not tell her while they were living together for a year and 3 months that, you know, the assistant wasn't 40 years old. So that was a lie on top of a whole bunch of other lies that he told to her. And what she said is pretty much that she has a dog named Rocco. And that was the best experience that she got from being married to him. And she said she ain't talked to him. And she wished him well. But she ain't talked to him. Okay. And we finna go ahead and move on to our next couple, Belinda and Chad. They are not married no more neither. And back to the shared apartment, she said things changed. And she says that if you want to be intimate, we can throw the dog out, no problem, because that was always his issue and his problem. He said that he did not want that dog to be in the room. He said, so if they can just not have the dog in the room, then everything will be well and good. Everything will be well and good if the dog is not in the room. That was some bullshit. Don't start now. That was some shit. That was some bullshit and a measure and a means for, to have control. Because he didn't want that dog. He didn't want her. That's what it says. But like I said, he drank a lot. And he says that he do not sleep at all. He don't sleep. And then said on decision day and says that Chad had a cat. He had a cat. Now he like animals. We do know that now. He had a cat. And then he said that the dog was, messing with her dog now. Her dog was messing with his anxiety. and his dog caused his cat, her dog caused his cat to scratch him. And then he says that the dog is is the deal. He said that the dog is the issue, right? The deal to deal with, and then the cameras too. And the real issue, it ain't the dog. The real issue is he didn't want them cameras there to see how funky ass drunk that he be getting. And he says, F everyone, because this was 2 days after decision day. And he says, F everybody and all that stuff. And then he just cussing everybody out. And he says that it is embarrassing to see himself their way when they roll that camera back on his ass. But I'm like, so you be up there getting drunk like that? Okay. And then she said that it was a situation to where, well, Pat says that he got a lot of texts from Chad about, the production being around, and that was always an issue and always a problem for him. All right. And then he said to have exchanged texts. He said he had exchanged text messages with Josh. Now get this, y'all. Josh says that doesn't mm, he doesn't remember texting with Chad. Now we know Josh can be a liar too, so we say we know he can be a liar too. Chad and Josh's damn lies. How about that? And then it's like the lies have been exposed on both parts. And then Sweet Belinda said that she has started dating. And also, Jalen has met him, and she thinks that he is the person for her. Okay. And we're going to get to Will and Brittany. And they're not together anymore. They have not spoken in a year. And then he said, yes, on decision day now. He said yes on decision day. And that she says that when he came home, he was very, very cold to her. And the next day, it is a barbecue. And Will said that he did not want to just string her along. In my words, he said he didn't want to string her along at the time. And Brittany says that it was difficult, but then Will, said that his way was to be rude to her because she expressed that he was rude, and we know that he was a rude ass motherfucker. And then Brittany says that it was difficult. Of course it was. Then Will said that his way was to be rude, and he blocked her number, and she sent a letter to him. And then Will said that he did not read it, and he said that she was at that apartment, and the people in the office said that she was at the apartment. And then Will said that she was at the apartment, and what he said is he said that his way says that, lastly, he says that he apologizes for not being present and trying to hear her out. And he says that he has to be sacrosanct and clear at all times. And then Brittany said that it was a breakdown in communication, and we all knew that because it was a damn breakdown in the communication from day one. Okay, and she said she'd get married at first sight again because she said the woman that she is now and what she know about herself, and she cherishes and she knows what to do and what not to do. She said she'd do it all over again. I'm like, okay, clock that T. Okay, clock that T, Brit. Okay. And then we get to Rhonda and Pat, and they are no longer together either. Okay. And she said that they were together, for 9 months after decision day. And he was gone for a month, and she could be, hold on, he was gone for a month. And she said that he went out of town and he invited her, but she couldn't take off because she had took off several times for all of the other trips that they had been on. So I'm like, give her grace. She couldn't take her off for all the days that you wanted. And that was it. You didn't want her no more because she couldn't take off. Get real, Pat. Okay. And then he says that she says that after 10 days, that was that was then that was causing because he said that his needs weren't being met. And he said he didn't want to do it no more. And he didn't give her no time at all. Okay. And then he said they weren't being met. And she said that said that she would always give things a year. And then she says that he wanted the intimacy and not a wife. And I said, I always thought that too. And he says that he felt that he put others before him, and he had to learn to accept and love himself. And Rhonda says that she said that she was trying to control the situation because she's a mother, and she said she had to learn not to control all situations going forward. And she said that that was her mistake, and she said that she has gotten better. Okay, we're gonna get to Derek and Megan. And Derek and Megan, unfortunately, they lost their baby. And my whole thing is, I feel so, so, so bad about anyone that, loses their baby. And seeing what Megan had to go through. And it was, tough. It was really, really tough. And I did go back and watch it. And it was very, very tough. And everything changed, after the miscarriage. And we know how Derek was, and what he said is he wanted the 3 kids. And he said that the relationship will be over if he don't have his 3 kids. Okay. So just keep that in mind. Okay. And Derek broke up with her over the phone. He broke up with her on the phone. And he says that he knew that she was not the person for him. And I'm like, Derek, don't piss me off because my whole thing is that's not right to do. Said that he said that he wasn't happy. Then he says that he knew that she wasn't happy and all that stuff. And then she I'm been about agree with her. Then she says that he was demeaning the relationship. And then at this point he was. And then she says that she is a great catch. And also says that she has made some mistakes and is open for to moving on. And she said that she is dating. And then Derek is also dating and has been for 7 months. And he says that he's very excited to be. He says that his partner that he's been dating for 7 months, she said that she's excited to be a mom. And she loves him and he loves her. Okay. And then lastly, Megan says that she is so happy for him. And he is on a dating app site still. I'm like, now Derek. And then that's when, the host asked him, is he still on that dating site? And he said, no, he's not no longer on the dating site. So I guess Megan needed to hush then. So, lastly, all the ladies are very, very close still. They talk to each other from time to time and they go on trips with each other too. I said, okay, I like the friendship and the sisterhood. And all the guys are close as well. Of course, they're going to be close as well. And y'all, that was hard, hard, hard. But I love Married at First Sight. I've been loving Married at First Sight every since the first season. And I do remember that Jamie and Doug, she couldn't stand, they reminded me so much of Megan and Derek because she couldn't stand Doug and she was not attracted to him at all. She wasn't attracted to that man. And I said, oh, so you ain't attracted to him. Okay. And she thought that could nobody do nothing wrong and no wrong or nothing like that. And she had the meanest face on her She had the meanest face, y'all. And that's why I'm finna go ahead and show y'all this. Because as soon as they come up, this was her right here. And she was not. She didn't want him. She didn't want him. But let me tell y'all this. In 2025, look at them now. Go ahead and make sure I add this for y'all too. And Married at First Sight, it does work. That's them in 2025. And they had their twin babies, and then they had two kids as well. So it worked for Jamie and Doug because she went from this to this. And they just living it up. And that's 2025. And I just love it. I love it. How you can see transitions from this to this. It works. It definitely works. And that was the reunion again for Married at First Sight. And that is season 19. And I'm going to leave Jamie and Doug on here. And I'm going to tell y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I do thank everybody for checking me out. And like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, my YouTube family.